So I'm watching YouTube videos like I usually do throughout the day, and I've come across this channel that's doing these really cool, um, I don't know, mathematic visualizers, I guess, of the drum parts to Meshuggah, and it's really interesting to see how complicated these are, and Meshuggah is one of those bands I never really um got into too much, even just like really hardcore metal past like I don't know how to explain. I never got too big into like the like death metal, black metal, that kind of stuff, like the super heavy shit. I never got too far into that. There's there's some exceptions. Like I like Strapian and Lad, I like Gojira. But Meshuggah was one of those ones I just never got into, and gent in general, um, it's just not really my thing. But also, I haven't really tried to really actually listen to it in quite a number of years. So these videos I've been seeing kind of made me realize it's been a lot of years and they're still really popular. In fact, like I think they're more popular. Um, I don't want to say than they've ever been, but there's definitely a resurgence of them in the past couple of years. With a lot of like the other YouTube React channel people and just other stuff. I see them online a lot. Like these kinds of videos. Um, and I want to give them another shot. So we're gonna do this today. I'm still trying to get into the back into the groove of recording and stuff, and I wanted to do something that the next couple of videos we're gonna do are gonna be very simple, kind of very quick videos to push out, just kind of get things rolling again, kind of force me to get back into the swing of things. But we're gonna do this today. I I mean I've always liked Bleed. I've liked Bleed for a long time. But that was like the only one I really liked, and as of recently, I'm kind of giving them a shot. I'm trying to think. There's like maybe like four other songs throughout their entire catalog that I listened to and I've liked. Like a Aztec two step from one of the earlier albums. I think Broken Cog, I think, off the new album, or at least one of the ones off that new album. Um, so yeah, I guess we're gonna do this now. Before we get into this really quickly, if you want to, um, check out my other videos, I specifically go out of my way to look at music that other people don't necessarily look at, whether it be the other critics or reactors or so. I really try to cover the genres and artists and music that just kind of gets overlooked for whatever reason. So if you see anything interesting, or if you really want to kind of expand your musical palette, or if you just want to find some new cool artists, then feel free to watch some of my other stuff. But right now we're gonna do this. Sometimes I'll do a bigger band that I personally have interest in, but it's not too often. But anyways, without further ado, this we're gonna get into I. Well, it's a lot, so much I didn't really click in. Wow. I don't think there's any bass drum. I think it's just the kind of I don't know what the pattern's called, but it's that you're kind of rotating, you know, your sticks around your toms and your snare. I haven't listened to this song yet, but I know I do know that basically it's only like 5 measures of music. Or it's really long measures. Like this is a measure of like 47 or something, I think. And all these different segments are all single measures. They're just stupidly long and complicated. You know what? As random as it is, I don't want to say there's a groove or a vibe, but like, it's funny how sometimes they can have these like, because it all it's pretty random. I mean, yes and no. Okay. I do like that. Just scream in the back too. Double bass, of course. That's a long scream too. Holy shit. Alright, no. Hold on. I want to time that. Also, I do want to finish my other thought. Because there's going to be a lot. You can already tell. Oh my god, my train of thought. No, fuck. It's funny how sometimes you can have these sections where, because I mean, yes, they're all very complicated and mathematical, but like they're pretty. I think we can say they're pretty much random. You know, I know they're structured and metered, but like the numbers are pretty, whatever. It's funny how they can have certain sections that just are random, and other sections that are also random, and just for some reason, um, your brain just has a preference of one over the other. It's really interesting, and like for this one, just something about how it sounded. I liked it, but I want to see this. I want to time this. Okay, so it's 1:33. 21 seconds. That is a lot. But I don't know. That doesn't sound like a full belt scream to me. But anyways, I'm gonna let this ride for the rest of it, unless it wants to pause. But I already don't pause a lot, anyways. Maybe it's the snare and the hi-hat cymbal, or whatever weird crash that is, or you know, maybe it's like grounding me in a way. But this also isn't too off-putting either, surprisingly. Like, even the first part, like, different cymbal. I think the guitars are also, it's not a key change, but it's a higher note or chord or whatever. I guess a note. Okay. I like that though. That's interesting for the texture. Where usually in a different kind of context, you'd have like it'd go, you know, you would go like a half step up or whatever. You'd have your key change, but there's not really much tonality in this to signify that. So they just use a higher pitch cymbal, and the guitars are using are hitting a higher note as well, slightly. I love that. I also like that tone. That's a nice bass tone. I think it's bass. I don't. Maybe they're like a 6 strings or something guitars. But I like that tone. I like that has a nice kind of growl to it. It's nice. I don't remember what I was saying before. Damn it. Oh yeah, a lot going on, man. The cymbals. Cause like, it's not repeating a groove, but like it's almost like rather than normally in a normal song you have a lot of space, and so there's more space than notes, so that's nice. So just the notes and the rhythm of your notes makes the groove, but like it almost feels like in this, because there's more notes than space. It's like reverse, and like the space is acting as the active notes, and you're like it's the space between these like 16th notes or 30 seconds or whatever. Like that space is what's making like the rhythm. I don't know. It's hard to kind of explain. Like, because they're not groovy, but they do have there's some kind of weird rhythm or something my brain's latching onto. That's like some Buckethead shit. And the snare too. Hold on, so double bass, okay. Cymbal. It's actually not as hard as I would have thought. I can do that. The snare is doing like thirds or triplets or whatever, and the bass drum, the double bass and the hi-hat, whatever symbol that is just in standard like 4 or whatever, constant barrage of 30 seconds and quarters. It could be 32 or 48 or whatever dumb time signature they're in, but it's it's that pulse, There we go with that again. This might not be masochistic as I thought to put in my drum practice playlist. I mean, this seems more like a stamina thing. At least a lot of these parts. It seems like a stamina thing than a crazy complex timing thing. I mean, the other parts are alright. I was gonna say the other parts are basically random, so I guess you can do like whatever. And I don't even think these guys played it live either. It's because like it's just so, insane. I know people are not gonna like me saying random, but like, you know what I mean, I know it's a metered, but when you have, when you have a measure of like 48 broken up into random little sections alternating between like 1 and 3 and 2 and 5, and it's pretty much random. All right, Jesus. I don't know if we can do that on the bass drum, so I mean they do a double bass or not. That's hard to go back and forth for me. I'm just starting to get the hang of it, but like maybe I have to actually try it. Actually, whoa, that was fast. Holy shit. Well, what was that? Was that like the toms or something? I don't even know. With how it's mixed, it might have been like alternating between like the bass drums and the toms or something. Excuse me. It's funny because like it is acting kind of like ambient music in a way, where it's just like, I know it isn't the best way to describe it, but like it is just kind of like a vibe, like, you know, there's not really like a groove you're falling into. It's just kind of like a, you know, it's just, you know. That's fucking nice. That's nice. That's real nice. You know, sometimes the really simple things are the most effective, you know? You know, I didn't really look at the album cover before. Then I kind of noticed what I was looking at, and I really liked it. And the more I look at it, the more I don't like it. I like the idea of it, but it's like, there's just certain parts where it looks like weird, like overlapping CGI or something. It's hard to kind of explain. It almost looks AI, but I know it's not AI. It just looks kind of weird in some spots, you know, like here looks kind of weird, you know. And like all this weird overlapping here kind of looks weird, you know. Another solo. Not as super insane as like the Buckethead kind of one, but it's still chaotic and dissonant in a some cool way. I wonder if, so sorry. I wonder if the solos are random too. Or it's more of like a improvised, like, do this technique for this much time, then this technique for this much time, and, you know, so on and so forth. Actually getting some notes now in those chugs, like ascending pattern. You know, usually in riffs like this, or most riffs in metal, they go down. I don't think I've heard a lot that go like up. It's like it's tense, but like in a different way. When it goes down, it's heavy. When it's going up, it's kind of it's what's the word? Okay. All right. Interesting sounds here. Okay. I should probably have this being played louder in my headphones, but I don't want to screw with the audio capture too much. Like the audio levels. And when it's going down, it's heavy. When it's going up, it's like amping in a way, but not like in a. It's like anxiety hype. It's the best words I can come up with off the top of the head. More so focusing on all the weird sounds. Yeah, I think they're using like some like 12 strings or something. Some kind of guitars with extra strings. It's gonna come back. Ooh. I thought it was gonna just drop right in, but it's very different than what I was expecting it to do. Alright. There we go. Oh, sorry. No, a little early. There we go. Okay. That was really weird. Went like a almost like a swing for a second or something. Another guitar solo, more for texture this time. All right. It's losing me a little bit, but I've liked it pretty much up till a few sections ago, maybe. More guitars for texture. Those quick 30 seconds. I'm kind of hoping it's gonna end soon, but I don't want to check the time either because I feel like it's supposed to be kind of unrelenting. You know, I feel like if I look at how much time there's left, it kind of spoils it in a way. But also it's not loud enough to have that full effect either. It's not over. I assume there's gonna be another quiet section, isn't there? Actually, maybe. I don't know. It's gonna be very easy to be an atmospheric section or just the end. I'm liking that harmonized feedback though. I'm a big fan of noisy shit. I do listen to Merzbow unironically. Pretty low feedback for a second there too. Yes, I noticed me more atmospheric. Now it's over. Oh, it's over. So it was the ending, but okay. It was kind of both. I do like it. I did indeed. I don't know. Let's see. I do want to do something else from them at some point. I don't know what I would do, but I'd want to do another album from them. I do know. So I save albums all the time that I want to listen to later. I have like fucking, I think close to 1,000 albums I've been putting off for many years, just collecting, just so many of them. And there was a few Meshuggah ones that I wanted to check out. Okay, so yeah, okay, so I probably want to do this one next, probably. But one of the well, not probably do opposite. I do one of these three, but in searching for all these albums to save them to my library and stuff, I noticed there's you know I don't know if this is official or not, but this is it's Meshuggah, it's whatever, um it's Meshuggah, and this is it's not. I don't want to play it in case of a copyright, but I don't want to play more than one thing of video. But it's just I don't know what this is. But if anyone knows what this is, let me know, cuz I don't know if it's like a cover album or like, I don't think it'd be official. It's just weird how like it's just the entire album. Like it's not even like they covered a song or so. I don't know. It's just such a weird thing because when I searched for Catch 33, this came up, not the Meshuggah album. It was this that came up. That's what kind of threw me for a loop. So I thought it was like official of some kind, but I don't think it is. And of course, comments turned off, so I can't, not much help from that either. But well, it's 2021. Where does this sit here? It's definitely a long time in between. And of course, they enable comments because Meshuggah are cool. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Whoops, I'm gonna, sure, whatever. That's gonna do it for this video. Like I mentioned before at the start, I try and go out of my way to cover artist genres, whatever, music in general that for whatever reason kind of gets overlooked, since all the, other reactors and critics and journalists are always going after the top artists or the ones that the albums that are currently released, and I try and do the opposite, kind of do damage control and kind of do some other stuff, So if you want to expand your musical palette, if you want to find some interesting, cool music or anything like that, feel free to watch anything, I'd really encourage you to not just check out the videos of artists and albums that like you already know and then you like, but I encourage you to actually click on all of them. Like actually, like it's good to get outside, it's good to get outside your comfort zone and just experience some cool art you might not have experienced before. And yeah, I want to redo a lot of these older ones too. These all fucking suck. But yeah, so like actually you might find something you just love. Who knows? Um, Other than that, I also do the same kind of thing with genres. I will do live streams sometimes where I will just deep dive into genres or music scenes that I have no idea on that are really niche and really interesting, and I'll just go into a blind and just see what it's all about. Sometimes they do topic videos, not very often. I also I with their permission, when I go out to see live music and stuff, I will record said bands and I will post them here. Again, always glad to support local music, support your local music scene, support your local artists, support your local venues, all that. Um, these two are great. Familiar is just kind of like a psychedelic stoner rock kind of thing. Tumble's more of like a they remind me of Rush a little bit. Very a lot more shreddy classic rock kind of stuff. They are amazing. Both are great. Tumble is more personally what I would listen to, but both are great. Very nice guys. Um, I also live stream my practice sessions. The audio's not always great. That's why I've kind of stayed away from it. But as of tomorrow, well today because it's almost 1 in the morning. I'm getting a bunch of cables and a better microphone and stuff delivered. So not only will I not have to hold this broken one all the time, I can just have it on a stand or something. But I can also actually record my stuff properly. Like my drums and guitars and keyboards and things. So I'm gonna be live streaming my practice sessions a lot more after that. So there's that as well. I make mashups in my spare time as well, and also if the any song I've ever liked ever goes into these playlists, YouTube likes to remove a lot of them because it's glitches or copyright or whatever. Things get deleted or removed all the time, most of the time for no reason. Even a lot of official videos, like these just get like they disappear every now and then. So there's a good like 500 missing. But if you want to use those for your own personal listening, if you're ever concerned what I listen to in my off time or so, then feel free to use those at your own discretion. And I'm also going to be releasing my own music at some point eventually. I don't know about soon, but I've been trying to for many years. So for me, sooner the better. But that's gonna be it. So thanks for watching. That's gonna be it.